Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette, and we are joined here today with my lovely husband, BM.
Yep. Obviously, you've all have been seeing we have signed to produce Pop the Balloon on Netflix. We will be executive producers on the new Pop the Balloon live.
Yes.
This is amazing news. First things first, I want to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for all the blessings. Every single blessing that we've received is from Him. He is the way of life. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering, so what happens to our YouTube version? I can assure you that everything will stay the same. The way that I produce the show, the way that my wife hosts the show will stay exactly the same.
Exactly. So y'all make sure you stay tuning in every Wednesday. Okay, Pop the Balloon Wednesday is still a thing. Make sure you're tuning in. I will still be hosting, just like he said. It's going to be the same. Producing, everything is going to remain the same. The only thing is just we have another addition to, the things that we're working on, which is working with Netflix, which is a huge deal, a huge blessing. We're super grateful for it. So, we just ask for you guys to support both of our ventures, Pop the Balloon on YouTube and Pop the Balloon Live on Netflix. And we honestly can't wait to see where this is going to go.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that Allah is one. Today's topic is all money is not good money. A lot of us that have been born and raised unjustly, abused unjustly, murdered unjustly in America. We clearly know who our enemy is from a demonstration of example. Some brothers and sisters can come to America with a good idea that's genuine. However, when you come to America, know your enemy. Know what you're dealing with. Because as a general, whenever you go on any battlefield, you must do your research to know who your enemy is. All money is not good money. I'm going to speak about BM and Arlette Amatuli merging with Netflix. But I want to be clear, because you can not speak about a business negotiation if you don't have the business negotiation details. When you step out of line and start speaking your assumption, now that becomes gossip. And we are taught and trained to never speak. If you haven't did your research, then you have no right to speak. So I'm not speaking about the business negotiations because I don't have no idea or no knowledge of what went on in that business negotiation. That can be created to create chaos, or it could be something that happened where they were naive to who they were dealing with. So I'm only going to speak from an audience perspective. I'm going to say this before I go into this topic. Do you know why people hate Floyd and the enemy hate Floyd Mayweather? Now, I don't agree with the nonsense that Floyd speaks about on television as far as Trump being the best president that we had, because that only identifies another black man who doesn't have the knowledge of himself, and he speaks out of turn, because that was definitely out of turn. There's no president that really had our best interests in America. It may seem as if it does, but to the wise, we just know better. Like our leader tell us, even Obama was put in that White House to manage and negotiate the affairs of white men, period. Do you know why they hate Floyd? They hate Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather took full control of his financial responsibility. He took full control of his finances. And that's when Floyd grew from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather. Because that's where money started really making sense. And even though he didn't get no help, he did it by himself. And people say, Floyd can't read. I'm gonna tell you something. When you got instructions coming from God, it don't come from this world's textbook. It comes from the textbook of God. So even though he may not can't read, but the people who got degrees, he had more than them. As a matter of fact, the people that have degrees works for Floyd. But that's not the topic. But I'm just illustrating the real reason why they hate Floyd. Because you don't want that example to spark. Because it's one thing, when we see an example that works, we'll follow it. And as a matter of fact, by Floyd making that decision to take over his finances, it trickled down. So people start losing major money that was banking off of the boxers' ignorance of not knowing negotiation terms. A person don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you put smart people around you that's loyal to you. And that's the reason why they hate Floyd Mayweather. And no, he built it from the ground up. Now, being and Arlette. Pop the balloon. And I would like to say that be careful when blessings come. No matter how big they may come, be very mindful, alert, and careful. Because what may appear to you as a blessing may not be. Because that blessing may be financed by Satan. And I'm only speaking from an audience standpoint. Now, the black man in America, our families have been dismantled and destroyed. And they continue to dismantle and destroy families. You see it in boxing. They try to separate the father from the son. In the household, they separate the father from the household. Lock him up and give him 20 and 30 years. Dismantling and destroying the family. Why? Because the family is the foundation, the power. The family is where greatness comes from. Family. And the enemy knows this. So, when you look at Pop the Balloon and see how IBM and Arlette merged with Netflix, a wise person would see that and say, that's not a good move. Because you don't know really what you're dealing with. You know, when you deal with Pop the Balloon, Arlette orchestrates that show with the highest level of integrity and respect. And how she dresses shows how she loves and respects her man. Flat out. I have never seen that woman come on that show and reveal herself in a way that left an idea in your mind that she was a bird, or she was a thought, or she was a hoochie mama. That thought never came. When you looked at her, you seen respect. So therefore, she got respect in return. But she's only the reflection of her husband. And when you hear BM speak, when you see how he moves, you can tell this is a man who genuinely created this show for people, for us to find genuine relationship as they did. That's an honorable and noble act. Even when BM corrects the brothers or the sisters on the show, he does it out of love. He does it in a way where he corrects you, but he don't strip you where you become excuse me, embarrassed. Because he's correcting out of the institution of love. So that's a well-balanced man who have a well-balanced wife. So what is that? That's an example. The most powerful thing that you can give any human being on this planet is an example. And I'm gonna show you with this clip. This is what they don't want black men and black women to follow this. I'm gonna show you the clip.
Arletta Mooley and her husband and creative partner on the show, BM. Come on out, let's get it going. Got engaged, BM, right? Like 7 months after meeting each other?
Yeah.
I know, judging already. See? So, because they often say those who can't do teach, but you did find love quickly, and are you teaching other people how to fall in love, or are you just watching it happen?
So this show is an example of us. That's what we're trying to show people, that we want people to be a bit like us. That's what the main aim is for the show.
You want them to be like you?
Yeah.
In what way?
Finding love.
Finding love.
Marriage, just the
How
traditional
many
way.
seconds?
See, the enemy knows that an example can change the course of a condition. A good example can change the course of a negative condition. That's the reason why they give us so many negative images as success. So, what you said in that video, brother, is what the enemy has targeted, flat out. Is an example of a successful black man and a successful black woman with respect, the highest level of respect, to find true love that can turn into a family. If Netflix was so good and they were so righteous and they were your business friends, then I asked the question, why didn't Netflix give the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan a channel? They said they would, but why didn't they give that man a channel? Because the knowledge that our leader expressed have changed the course of the worstest people in America. Prisoners that never go back to prison is because the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Truth needs no support. It needs no branch or no leaf. Like I say, it's rooted in the ground. Why didn't they give the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan a challenge? If the word has been cleaning up black people. You know why? Because that's never the agenda of the enemy, to clean us up. They make a profit off of our ignorance. BM and Alette, you are two beautiful people that has a very genuine idea for black men and black women. But the only thing that I advise you on is know your enemy when you on any battlefield in business, especially concerning the rehabilitation of the black man and the black woman. Because don't no one want the black man in America rehabilitated, coming back to his own tradition, mother and father, father and mother in the household, because they reap the benefits off of chaos, ignorance, drugs, and prison. They reap high dividends off of that. So what does your approach do? It stops crime. Now you're paying more attention to family, as you should. You paying more attention to self, as you should. You having more of a concern for black families, as you should. So when you see another man or another woman that's having issues with their relationship, by you being married over the years, you're able to give them good counsel instead of someone that will give them negative counsel because they never had a relationship that worked. So your idea will be sophisticated. They will weasel in as a snake and make you think that this is a good idea to merge your child, to merge, pop the balloon with Netflix. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Your YouTube channel, regardless of how much money it was generating, stay there, because that's going to lead you to greatness. And at the end of the day, you got full control of your channel. And I'm going to show you something, what you said, brother, that they rearranged.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette, and we are joined here today with my lovely husband, BM.
Yep. Obviously, you've all have been seeing, we have signed to produce Pop the Balloon on Netflix. We will be executive producers on the new Pop the Balloon live.
Yes.
This is amazing news. First things first, I want to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for all the blessings. Every single blessing that we've received is from him. He is the way of life. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering, so what happens to our YouTube version? I can assure you that everything will stay the same. The way that I produce the show, the way that my wife hosts the show, will stay exactly the same.
Now, why did they replace your wife? Because your wife upholds a standard of integrity. And why would they replace her with a comedian? I don't have nothing against nobody that acquires success, but our situation is not a comedian role. Our situation don't demand laughter. Our situation demands sincere approach, sincere actions, and sincere results. So why would they remove her? Because she had the highest form of integrity. But they put this lady, Yuvani Orji, just the whole name, just everything just offsets the whole agenda of what y'all built from the ground up. Never let the enemy inside of your home, because you will realize that this may not be a blessing, And it may have been financed directly from Satan. And if it wasn't from Satan, why did you change the show? Why would you put her in the dress that she's in? So you got some people like Avani Orgy. She didn't have the heart and the spirit and the tenacity and the feelings that y'all had when y'all first created that show. Y'all created that show because you genuinely wanted black men and black women to find genuine relationships, to experience what y'all experience. She don't have that feeling. She got a feeling of opportunity. Oh, I'm a host. How much I'm getting paid? Okay, let's do it. What you want me to do? Okay, I'm gonna do it. She's like a leaf in the wind that goes whichever way the wind blows. She don't have no devotion to black men and women as y'all did. So I'm only speaking from an audience perspective. It's okay to get money from YouTube and get money from Netflix, because they still allow y'all to get money from YouTube. But it's still tainting your original idea of Pop the Balloon and the purpose in which it was originated. The enemy comes in and dismantles and destroys good ideas as that. All money isn't good money. I'm gonna tell you something. The idea that you and Alette gave on YouTube is a high form of integrity and respect and devotion for both. Anytime that you speak truth, just like the train that's going past, out of nowhere a train pops up and toots his horn numerous of times. But that's okay because I'm in the world. But I like to shoot my videos around nature. I can tell, even when y'all be correcting people and y'all have the shows where everybody meet up and everybody talk, even in the Mozzie situation, how you corrected Mozzie, you know what I'm saying? It was out of love. And even when you're dealing with street people, they can tell when you correct them out of love. They can just tell, and they're gonna respect you as even more. They're gonna respect you as such. Trust me, and that's what happened. But anybody probably couldn't have corrected the brother like how you corrected him. Because correction must come out of a standpoint of love. And that's what's called constructive criticism. But I watch how you and Alette be casting the show and y'all be speaking together. She don't try to overshadow you. You don't try to overshadow her. It's a perfect balance. And that's what the enemy don't want us to adopt. Family structure and family organization with God at the center of your marriage and your life. Let me ask you a question. BM and Alette. If what y'all was doing was right, which it was, then why would Netflix change your platform? Why would they put a woman like Avani Orji in that position? Just the name alone, why? And why would y'all allow that? Because that takes away from the authenticity, the organic start of Pop the Balloon. I don't even watch episodes like that. But I tuned in one time and started watching and started saying, this is interesting. But I can see it was organic. And people do judge people in those primitive, petty ways. You know, so it was people that come from all walks of life that was coming on to the show without no rehearsal. So therefore, you was getting what you gonna get. But that's what makes the show organic. And there's some people that actually found love on the show. And that was your purpose. But why would they put somebody like her in the role of your wife who is quality and integrity? And my question is, why would y'all allow that? Because this is what people said on television about y'all show. I'm going to show it to you right here on the screen. See, something that's organic and that's original, it's going to resonate in the hearts of the people. And I haven't even went on Netflix to even watch that news station. I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to watch it. No disrespect to YouTube, but I'm not going to watch it because I understand what enemy that I'm dealing with. Y'all just don't know. It's good to get money from YouTube and Netflix, you know, the family. Yes, that's cool. But the greatest thing that you can give a person is a clean, organic example. God gonna make room for your gift. You gonna offer that one channel, you're gonna go to different levels that you couldn't even believe if you would have stayed traditional. It's nowhere in the world God wouldn't open doors when you're doing a righteous act like that. And that door with Netflix open, I don't believe that was a door from God. That was Satan opening that door with riches, with abundance of money. And that's how Satan comes. He allures you with opportunity of what? Money. God's people can't be bought, man. And the example must be earned. You must earn a good example because every animal that I have studied learns the example from the older animal. These are animals that learn examples from each other. So what do you think happens to a human being? He's going to pattern behind his or her example. That's how God made us. When people make movies, Netflix, when they make movies, they understand psychology. They understand how to put certain things in the movie to inspire certain emotions inside of a human being. They know how to direct their hatred towards somebody in a movie. And they know how to make you feel admiration for someone, even if it's your enemy, in a movie. So it don't make a difference with Netflix having all the technology and all the bright lights and cameras that move certain type of ways. That's not how Pop the Balloon was built. Pop the Balloon was built on a YouTube channel. Pop the Balloon was built with basic software. But that made it organic. When you on a battlefield, BM, speaking to the man, know your enemy. There's no way in the world that if Netflix was so good, they would have altered the cast like that. They would have never changed. They'd say, you know what, this is going good the way it's going, let's keep it going this way. Because your wife represent how black women should act and dress. And how they should represent themselves and their husband. Right. Always know this battlefield in America, because this enemy is nothing to play with. They don't have no agenda for us. They don't have no plan for us. Until we take control of our own condition, then that's when change will organically happen. And that's an idea that you brought from London to America to help assist in helping black men and black women find wholesome relationships. Do you know when Floyd first started off, did nobody help him? Did nobody help promote him? He started helping himself, promoting himself, and then when he got into the big money, then that's when the Warren Buffetts come in and say, hey Floyd, buy some Burger King and McDonald's and buy them type of franchises. Even though that seems like it's a franchise that generates money, McDonald's and Burger King is destructive towards health. All money isn't good money. So when your channel started going viral, not only was God watching, but the enemy was watching. But why did he attack your channel, BM and Elect? It's other shows out here that does the exact same thing what y'all do. Why didn't they attack that show, those shows? You know why? Because some of them shows didn't propose a threat. Because on some of them shows, it's chaos. I even seen some fights break out on some of them shows. But y'all's show represented organically striving to connect black families, man and woman. Organically. And it was organized. It was respect on the show. People couldn't just say anything on the show. And if they did, it would be addressed. So y'all show represented order. And it's in a lot of our black families, we don't have order. In a lot of our black families, we don't have the man and the woman. In a lot of our black families, we don't have organization. But what we do have in our black families is chaos, confusion. All money is not good money. And if you have the ability and the blessings from God to build your YouTube station from the ground up in the manner in which y'all did before you make any negotiation. Pray to God and ask God to give you guidance to what you should do. And in most cases, when God gives us that type of guidance, we overrule it with deceptive intelligence. Because sometimes when God tells us to do things, it's something that we don't want to do or we don't want to hear. But when God tells you something, it's going to be right every time. Now, what if y'all were denied Netflix requests? What could they do? Because you didn't start that, so you can't stop that. What could they do? But now, since y'all to merge with them, it's a lot that they can do. And the main thing, what I have seen, what they have done, is destroy the virtual image of a black man and black woman working together successfully in complete harmony. And this is all I have to say about this topic. But I will leave with this. All money is not good money. And sometimes big blessings can be financed by Satan. Peace.